Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles, and on this episode we're reviewing WWE Wrestlemania 39 Night 1. Now you may have watched my predictions. We're going to put that into this review as well. As I go along, I'll tell you what I got right, what I got wrong. If you haven't seen my shows before, I rate everything on a 1 to 5 scale, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Let's roll right into it. First up, we get America the Beautiful being sung by Becky G. I'm not familiar with Becky G. I might be just living under a rock. She's probably one of the most famous people in music right now. But I thought she sounded great. It was a great opening. That leads us right into our co-host for the evening, The Miz and Snoop Dogg. I was a little bit surprised. These guys had a great chemistry with each other. I kind of didn't expect them to hit it off so well. I'd kind of like to see a movie with them if that's an example of how they could play off of each other. That leads us right into our first match of the show. For the U.S. Championship, we have Austin Theory defending against John Cena. I don't know if it's the ring rust. I don't know if it was he took the match a little lazily or lackadaisically, but I just don't feel like John Cena was John Cena here. He didn't look to care that he had a farmer's tan going. There was a cool spot in the beginning with the Make-A-Wish kids, which I thought was awesome, but John just didn't feel like John, and John's a big game performer. Usually on the biggest stages, John puts on his best matches. Here, he really didn't. Ultimately, Austin Theory picks up the win here. I picked this wrong. I thought John Cena was going to win. This is probably my least favorite match of the night. I'm giving this one a 2. Next up, we have a tag team showcase match. Ricochet and Braun Strowman going up against the Street Profits, going up against the Viking Raiders, going up against Alpha Academy. I thought this was a great match to put on right after that, because if that match under-delivered John Cena and Austin Theory, this match over-delivered. We got to see flashes of greatness out of Gable, out of Ricochet, both of the Street Profits. The Viking Raiders look better here than they've had in the last 2 years as a team. Braun Strowman looked great as a monster here. I thought this was a really fun match. Ultimately, the Street Profits picked the win. I picked this one wrong. I picked Ricochet and Braun Strowman. I do think there's going to be a Street Profit breakup soon, so that's kind of why I was going with that. But so far, I'm 0 for 2 for the night. Thought it was a really good match. I'm giving the match itself a 4. Next up, we have Seth Rollins going up against Logan Paul. Logan Paul has a bottle with him. I forget what his brand name is, his energy drink, but anyway, it's a guy dressed up like an energy drink, which comes into play later into this. I enjoyed this match. I thought it was really good. I knew going into this would be a good match. There'd be a lot of athleticism between the two. Ultimately, the guy in the mask guy uniform, or whatever you want to call it, unmasks, and it's KSI. We get a cool spot where Seth turns the table, so Logan Paul puts KSI through the announce table. Ultimately, Seth picks up the win here. I did pick this one right, so I'm sitting with 1 correct, 2 wrong. Thought this was a really good match. I'm giving this one a 4. Next up, we have a 6-woman tag team match. Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch going up against Damage Control, Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. This was another match, and I don't know if it's the limitations of Trish Stratus and Lita, who are both a little bit older. I don't know if maybe that held us back a bit. All these women are fantastic. I mean, Trish and Lita are absolute first ballot Ultimate Hall of Famers. Becky Lynch and Bayley are also going to be in Dakota Kai and Io. I think they have the talent to get there as well. It kind of felt like past, present, and future, with Trish Stratus and Lita representing the past, Becky Lynch and Bayley representing the present, and Dakota Kai and Io Sky representing the future. Ultimately, the team of Trish, Lita, and Becky pick up the win here. I got this one wrong, so I'm sitting at 1 right, 3 wrong. I'm going on a really bad scale. I'm giving the match a 3. I thought it was good. I think it could have been better. Next up, we have where the show really starts picking up. We get a grudge match with Rey Mysterio versus son Dominic Mysterio. And I gotta say, I absolutely love this. I love the build-up. I love this match. I loved how it was worked. I love the entrances with Dom coming out in the police van, Rey coming out in the lowrider being driven by Snoop. I love the fact that Legado del Fantasma got involved, that the Judgment Night got involved, even Bad Bunny came off a commentary to help out Rey Mysterio. I kind of also dug that Mysterio had a mask that was very similar to the Muta style mask that Muta's been wearing for the past 20 years or so. I know that had to be sort of a homage, and it also kind of had a Flash vibe to it. I know he's done Flash homages before. Ultimately, it comes down to it. Rey Mysterio picks up the win here. I got this one wrong again. I am doing terrible. I'm sitting at 1-4 for the night. I thought the match was amazing. I'm giving the match itself a 5. Next up we have for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair defending against Rhea Ripley. This was my favorite match of the night. I think these two women went out there. They went with a purpose. They wanted to show that they should have been the main event, which I definitely think they have a good argument to have been, being that Rhea Ripley won the Royal Rumble. They absolutely killed it here. These are two of the best women in wrestling in the world right now. Ultimately, Rhea picks up the win here. I got this one right, so I got 2 right and 4 wrong. I thought this was an amazing match. I'm giving this one a 5 as well. That leads us to a backstage promo with Austin Theory, basically already gloating that he beat John Cena, which brings us back to our hosts for the night, The Miz and Snoop Dogg. They're kind of going back and forth again. I love the chemistry with these guys. Snoop says the only thing that could be better is if Miz had a match here. Miz says he put out an open challenge and no one answered, and we got an answer. Pat McAfee. I don't know if you have a pulse if you can enjoy Pat McAfee. He's just so entertaining. His energy is so contagious. His love for wrestling, everything that he puts into it. He was absolutely amazing here. This was really fun. We see George Kittle get involved at one point. I love this for a match that they didn't announce here. McAfee did pick up the win. I thought it was really fun. I'm giving this a 4. Since this wasn't on the predictions, I'm still sitting at 2 right and 4 wrong. So yeah, I'm still not doing great for the night. Next up, we get a musical segment with Lil Uzi Vert, who sings the song Just Wanna Rock, which leads us right into the Usos entrance. I thought that was pretty cool. It was nice and short, not long that it took away from the show. I like the song. I like Lil Uzi Vert, so I like that part of it. Pretty cool. Usos came out. They looked fantastic in their white gear. Leads us to the main event of the night. The Usos defending both their tag team championships against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Kevin and Sami come out. They both have a PWG logo on their gear, which I thought was really cool. Owens had a Super Dragon mask design on his other side of his gear, which is awesome as well. This was absolutely what it should have been. The Bloodline storyline with Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, the Bloodline himself, has been some of the best wrestling stories that there have been in years. And we're starting to see the culmination here at WrestleMania. We see this ending on night 1. Night 2, we're going to have Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. This was amazing. They spam their finishers. It's wrestled a lot like a PWG match would it be. Sami hits 3 haluva kicks to pick up the win here. Sami and KO win the tag titles. Just a feel-good way to send the crowd home. Again, looks like we're coming to the end of the Bloodline storyline, which I think is going to be amazing how they're going to get them out of this storyline. I picked this one right, so now I'm sitting at 3 and 4. I still got more wrong for the night than I got right, so I'm hoping that night 2 more of my predictions are correct. Didn't do so well, but an overall entertaining show. I'm giving that match a 5. Again, I thought it was really entertaining. Overall, I thought the show was really good. Other than the Theory and Cena match, which I think under-delivered, I think all the rest of the matches were good to great. The 6-woman tag match was a little bit on the just okay side, but everything else was either really good or great. Tag match, Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley were amazing. Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio was amazing with the story they're telling there. I thought this was a fun show from the beginning to the end. I'm giving the show itself a 5. Night 2 is going to have a lot that they have to catch up with. They definitely have the talent there to do it, so hopefully they do. Overall, I was thoroughly entertained from the beginning to the end, and I hope you were thoroughly entertained by my video from the beginning to the end. If you have been, smash that like button, share the video, subscribe if you haven't. If you made it to the end, let me know what your favorite match of night 1 was. We'll be back at this tomorrow night for night 2. With all that being said, my name is George Coles, and this has been my review of WrestleMania 39, Night 1.